Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner. This is my review for, girl, what's the show called? Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 2, Episode 9. Next week is the season finale. Okay, I did not do last week's episode, honey. It was team too much on that episode. At the chat, I could not do it. Okay, we're gonna get this episode on and popping. Okay, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become, girl, what's on my girl, chip, and become a whole JayBird. Dun, 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 and all that goodness and stuff. Okay, y'all know, let's get to breathing. Okay, get to breathing. Y'all ready? Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay, and remember, it's okay to relax. It's okay to release. It's okay, great. Now relax. It's okay to relate and then release. Okay, and always center yourself in everything. Okay, you can also follow me on IG and on Twitter at J_Lees_Corner. You can like this video, comment in the comment section, and also share it on your social media because that's what we do. Okay, let's just get started. Kimmi meets up with her coworker Keisha. Is it Keisha? Keisha? I don't know. I'm gonna call her Keisha. She meets up with Keisha and everything. I think it's Keisha. I don't know. Keisha. But anyway, they out there throwing axes at wood and stuff, and Kimmi brings up how, usually I'll be out here hanging with Tisha, but I'm so tired of being in the middle of the whole Holtz versus Scott stuff, so I'm going to hang out with Keisha, okay? And then, I want to chit-chat with her because she's an unbiased, neutral third party who can let me know if I'm tripping on the bullshit that Tisha and Mel put me through. More Tisha with the bullshit than Mel, but we're gonna let that be and whatnot, okay? And so she brings up how, but Tisha, girl, what's the girl name? Tisha. How Tisha wants her to blindly be loyal, blindly follow, and just because you my sister-in-law and my friend, you should always have my back. And you should have this loyalty to me. And she feel like I should not have this blind loyalty to anyone. And Keisha agrees. Meg's like, look, Tisha need to stop being so sensitive or whatever and want everybody to defend her, and all these things. Like, she needs to just move on with that bullshit. And that was that. Okay, we then see across town that Tisha was meeting up with her own friend, okay? Her friend named April. Easy name, I can remember that. And she told April they was going to work out, but it was really self-defense class. Okay, so April was a little bit shocked, but they had a class or whatever. Tisha said because, Marcel be gone all the time, and she be at home with the kid by herself so much she has to learn to defend herself. That is very, very true. That is fine. That's why I have 2 stun guns and 2 things that makes. If you come up in here, you're going to get tased, shot, and sprayed, okay? Anyway, so after the class, Tisha wants to have a conversation because she wants April to start dating again. Because April is recently divorced, so she's now, a single mom and everything. And again, she wants her, you can do some speed dating and this and that and that and this. I'm like, girl, worry about your own marriage. Don't try to hook nobody, because no. We don't need you playing love connection or whatever. And everybody, no, I'm good. I don't want to, be out here, whatever, dating. Nope, I'm good. Leave me be. But I am having an event, okay, and I want you on the panel. I'm like, how desperate is somebody to want Tisha on the panel when she's already said that, she be nervous. That ain't her. I mean, I know she wants to do it, so I guess friends do support friends. But I'm looking like, I would say, no, get some other things up under your belt first. But I mean, it was what it was. Now, the event is about making money and being a mom. I'm like, oh, so y'all all that's all y'all talk about? Okay. Anyway, Tisha, I'm nervous. It's my second time doing one of these or whatnot. I was nervous the first time, so I'm gonna do it, but I'm also nervous about telling Marcel I'm gonna need to be away again for another event because he was so upset and nervous the first time I did it. Cause your husband ain't shit. Mel then goes to see Dr. Francis. Now, Dr. Francis is usually who Marceau sees on the regular and everything. I think he's a psychologist. Mel has also seen him with with Martell, and so she said because the time she's seen him with Martell, that he helps. So hopefully, he can help her solo dolo on reasons why she feels so off lately. She don't know what's going on, but she just feels off. I'm like, it's just a little bit postpartum. A little bit of you really, really busy, a little bit of your husband a cheater, and a little bit of, you need to pick a hair color. Okay, you want black, blonde, what's going on? But I like this color. I like the cut too. But I digress. Okay, so she brings up how I got so much going on right now. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing all these things. And the way the Martell likes to explain it is like, I'm not even giving 100% to any one thing because I'm doing so much and it all needs to be done. But for me, I just don't go because things have to be done. I've always been this way. I've grown up this way. Like I was always expected to succeed and make my family look good, and I've always wanted to make my mom proud and everything, and it was just so I'm the same way now that I'm older. I have to make it and do this and do that, and he then brings up, well, what about your father? Well, I didn't meet him until I was around 16, and before that, like, he was around but not around me, and I would get upset that my mom would try to make me call him, and I would always say, well, Mom, he ain't gonna answer. So why you force me to call that man? He not gonna answer me. Leave me alone or whatever. So again, it was not until she was around 16 that he kind of came around for real, and she was able to start getting to know him at that point in time. And he said, well, how does that make you feel, back then? And she admits, I was really sad, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, one, why are you not answering my calls? Why are you forcing me to call him? And like, what did I do to like not, deserve whatever love and affection I could have had as his daughter? And then Dr. Francis says, and then I'm like, I don't think Mel ever thought about. He said, is it that if a piece of you feels like your success, how successful you are and how successful you can be, is a piece of that, does it help you recover from other areas in your life that is lacking, that you are either disappointed or it just wasn't going well? You know what I'm saying? She said, well, I don't know, because my dad not being there and Martell not being a great husband, I'm gonna still do what I need to do. So no, I don't think, not really or whatever. He said, okay, when you spoke about how your father was not around and you don't know why, all these things that you keep doing, that's making you unavailable for the things, making you unavailable for your children, when they get older, they could possibly tell you the same story that you were telling your father. That, you weren't around for them as much as you could have been because you was busy doing other things, which made her instantly like, okay, all right, session's over. I don't want to cry anymore. I'm going to leave. Gotta go. She couldn't even have that conversation because she felt like it was true. Even though her father chose not to be around for all that time, in the same way, Mel is sacrificing time with her kids, being busy doing all these other endeavors, trying to make herself successful, which then gives them a leg up in the world or whatever. But it's still time spent away from the kids. When you can admit, I'm so busy, I stay on goal, I'm just trying to do this and that and that, and it's because then say we have to make it up, whatever. That's still time away from your kids. It doesn't mean that you're neglecting them, but it's still, you're not home for whatever the reason may be or whatnot. And she's like, okay, yeah, time's up, gotta go. Okay, now we then see Mel and Martell at home chit-chat, okay, chit-chat or whatever. And she was donating dresses that she's worn to other events or whatever, to charity and whatnot. So he like, oh, so does that mean that you're going to like stop going to more events, or does it mean that you're going to just buy new dresses to still be as busy as you've been? She's like, what is you talking about, Martell? And you're like, I feel like you should just focus on like your beauty line, like all these other things, all these other endeavors or whatever, maybe not do them all, focus on this one thing or whatever. Oh, so I should not do the one thing I told you I wanted to do. You asked me what I wanted, and I said I wanted to be, to act and host stuff, and now I'm hosting stuff, and I'm acting, and now I can't do that. And I'm like, whoa, okay, yeah, okay. And then she brings up, I don't ever want to get to a point that I'm regretting not doing something that I wanted to do based on my husband saying, oh, I don't think you should do that. I don't regret not doing it or whatever. She then brings up, while he was out here fucking that girl and saying I was at home still supporting him or whatever, he can't support me in a play. I said, girl, let him know. Well, she said it's to us, not to him. And he like, I didn't want it to get to a point of you, just not being here for me or the kids. I'm looking like, bruh, you was out having a whole affair. You can't say shit like that to her. I mean, like, she working hard because you may not be there later because y'all gonna get divorced. So, I mean, like, calm that I get his point, but based on what he's done, it's hard hearing that from him. You know what I'm saying? I also feel like Mel don't have to do everything that comes her way. I do think she should prioritize some things, because even the doctor asked her, if you're doing these 100 things, how do you do it? She said, well, I prioritize stuff. He said, well, what if something comes up that's more important than what you've already prioritized? Well, then that becomes a priority. So again, I'm like her, everything can't be a priority or whatever. And then when she then bring up what I have done this and that and A and B and C and D, so what's next? I wasn't trying to fuss with your wife. I was just saying. So they move on from that conversation. And she does bring up the session with Dr. Francis or whatever, and how she realized that her being busy she was working to not deal with the rejection or other disappointment she had in life or whatever. He said, well, did I add to those, rejections or disappointment? I'm like, did you add to it? Yes, you added to it, multiplied it, and divided it by 2. Well, really 3, it was threesome. Yes, you did or whatever. She's like, well, you did. Yes, you absolutely did. I'm sorry, I never meant to do that. What kind of husband assumes him cheating and having a whole mistress won't bring disappointment or sadness to his wife? Martell is delusional sometimes. Sometimes he's not. Husband-wise, he's delusional. Father-wise, he's great. But husband-wise, he's fucking delusional, okay? Anyway, she brings up how I'm going to have to keep healing from things that has happened to me. I'm going to do that. But I'm going to also be on my grind. I'm saying I'm going to be grinding because I won't allow anything to slow me down or whatever. And then he said, yeah, but like if you don't slow down, like, no, you did slow down for like a year. He said, yeah, it was when you was out here fucking up, the fucking up with... It was when you were out here fucking up with other people, and at that point in time, you didn't deserve me to be all on your ass or whatever. I'm like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, I have to do what I have to do for me. And I agree. That's what she needs to do. Honey, they just be going back and forth. And I'm like, come on, that's just seem too much. Too much, okay? We then have Kimmi Let's Vote event. Okay, so Kimmi there. Maurice is there. Kimmy's son is there. And we see Kimmi and Maurice chit-chatting or whatever. And Kimmi brings up how she was talking to Tisha and what Tisha said. And we don't get no fuck about that or whatnot. We know that Tisha wants blind loyalty. What was cute to me, though, was as Marceau and Tisha was walking in, Kimmy's son was like, yeah, he gave like a little, hey, they coming, you know what I'm saying? Be quiet. You supposed to warn your people when somebody talking about is on the way in and whatnot. Okay, but I digress. Now we then see that Martell calls Kimmi. Hey, Kimmi, yeah, I'm not coming. Won't be there. I'm gonna say I don't have time for the bullshit of Marceau and Tisha. I don't want to be around them. He did a whole police. I'm not gonna do it. Oh, I'm so sad. Mel does show up, okay, and she said I'm not surprised. I don't blame Martell for not coming or whatever. He don't want to be around someone who filed a police report against him. I understand Martell feeling that way. I'm not gonna say he's wrong for doing it. I would show up and pay them dust. But I think because Martell is still upset in his feelings or whatever, he may not be able to control it. So he just chooses to stay away. I think that's smart. Poof, be gone, okay? Now, Tisha and Marceau do get there, whatever. And Tisha, I did not know we was going to be walking around going door to door. I'm in heels. She like, well, I told you that was a part of it. And this is how I found out that Marcel ain't shit. Because she said, Marcel, did you know the people was only walking? He said, yeah, I knew. You saw her get dressed and put heels on, and she clacked her ass to the car, and you didn't say, hey, babe, you don't want no flats, no boots, like no real regular boots, and not no heel leopard skin boots. He ain't shit for not saying that to his wife, but I digress or whatever. So in the car, we see that Mel rides with, Kimmi, her son, and Maurice or whatever. And they bring up Martell not showing up. And Mel say, if Marcel was really afraid of my husband, like, he would have done the police report, he would have followed up with that. He would have also tried to get a restraining order, but he did not do any of that. Okay, he did it because the complaint was bullshit, and that's why my husband isn't here. And Maurice, who just has to defend his brother, I get it, whatever. He brings up, well, I think that Maurice did that because, like, he just wanted to be like, if something happened later, he wanted something on record that it had already. I'm like, I mean, people do say that. They say, if you have an issue with somebody and they be threatening you or whatever, you're supposed to make a complaint about it, because if it escalates, they have proof. We did say he's gonna beat his ass on Tuesday, and on Thursday, I mean, somebody beat his ass. Okay, there's a record of it or whatnot. And Mel said, you know what? I'm gonna leave this alone because you was like the person who did the report, so I'm gonna leave it be because it doesn't matter. Okay, have a good day. Be blessed. Okay, I'm not that. You leave it where it's at. You don't keep talking about it with other folks who ain't really got nothing to do with it. But I'm going to leave that be or whatever. So we do see the groups all out, on 1 or 2 blocks, walk around, knock, 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 get out and vote, knock, 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 don't forget to vote, knock, 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 vote, 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 okay? And so we then see everybody walking around and they look different groups getting along. Okay, Kimmi like, I want to talk to Wanda. I'm going to pull Wanda to the side. And she then pulled Wanda to the side. I mean, I'm assuming it was a little bit briskly cold outside, and that's why Wanda had this girl. It's like, is she wearing Elmo's arms? It's just, girl, I digress. Anyway, she's doing talk to her and thanks her for coming to the event. Oh, anything for you, Kimmi? I love you. I love you too, Miss Wanda. I really do, okay? But I feel like it's things between us that we needed to address. And they both say how, again, they love one another, but they both also say, and they both speak their mind, okay? That's why they keep bumping heads, because, Wanda feels like she can say whatever to whoever as someone's mom, and then no one can say something back, or if you do say something back, it's some beef. And she's like, I just think that's a beef between us. She's like, I don't have any beef with you, Miss Wanda. I really, really don't, or whatever. But it is what it is. Now, Wanda then said, well, I feel like you have a beef with me because I don't like fake friends and I don't like shady people, and I didn't like you when you was having sad conversations with Mel. So I can't talk to Mel now, Miss Wanda. I'm not saying that. I need to protect my daughter. I'm like, your daughter's a grown ass woman. All up in these streets. Okay, it's too much. She then say, I just don't like, how you was up here talking or whatever, and I feel like you keep talking. And I'm like, but what do she keep talking? And the thing was, she kept talking, and Kim kept talking. You keep saying stuff, but you're not being clear about what your issue is. Well, I feel like, you can't be over there talking to them and whispering about my. She's like, whispering about what? Because you and Mel was talking, and y'all was whispering. She's like, but it had nothing to do with Tisha. Well, I just don't need y'all whispering about my daughter, because that's my baby. I'm like, girl, Tisha mama ain't shit. I don't know how else to put it. Tisha mama ain't shit. To say that you seen 2 people talking over there who they just happen to not be talking loud, and you assume they over there sneaking and dissing your damn daughter, that means you batshit crazy and your daughter ain't shit. Because why is anybody walking around here sneaking and whispering about girl? Oh, it made me so damn mad, just aggravated or whatever. We then seen Tisha and Mel have a conversation or whatever. They are both gorgeous. Can I just say that? I feel like, Mel up here with no makeup on is gorgeous. Tisha is gorgeous. I wish she had less makeup on. Okay, I think she'd be more gorgeous makeup less. But they're both beautiful women. Stop fussing. Just stop. Both of you motherfuckers, just stop it, okay? Now, when they start talking, Tisha like, I'm sorry that Martell couldn't make it. I'm sorry he didn't want to come or whatnot. Oh, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Because with that police report, he was not trying to be around y'all, okay? Well, I'm glad that, we both was at least able to, move past that or whatever and focus on us, and the guys can do their own thing. Well, I hope we can start focusing on us, but who knows or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because Martell is not happy that I came here because I'm around people who filed reports on him. Well, Martell needs to start taking responsibility for his own shit. Stop blaming others for his actions, okay? Marcel filed a report because your husband threatened my husband and he had to protect himself and our family. I'm like, oh my God. And so, well, you know what? If he felt so threatened, like, why would he not do all the extra stuff? Why would he come to the party? Like, why? They going back and forth, back and forth. Well, Marcel don't care no more. So that's why he didn't do anything extra. Back and forth, back and forth. I'm like, girl. Then they get to the point of how saying, will Martell be lying? Will Marcel be lying? And we know Marcel lie. And we know Martell lie. Well, my husband don't lie. I have never caught Marcel in a lie. Ever. I have been with him for 13. We have been married for 13 years. I have never known him to lie. Oh, so you've never known Marcel to lie, Tisha? No. Never. Well, I've caught him in plenty of lies. Well, give me an example. Plenty of lies. Give me an example. The back and forth of it all with Mel, never giving any specific lie, but Tisha lying and saying she's never. You cannot say in 13 years he ain't never once lied about nothing. Your cooking, an outfit, how much money he spent, where he went, nothing, girl. The fuck by. I don't believe it. It doesn't mean Marcel was a cheating ass, horrible ass husband. I mean, he's a horrible ass husband. But I mean, saying he may have lied a little bit here is better than saying he's never in 13. I have never caught him in a lie. Well, it doesn't mean he don't lie. You ain't never caught him. But I digress or whatever. And so they kind of leave it at that. They wasn't really fussing, but I'm happy they both just walked away and went their separate ways and left it at that or whatever. Because, what else can we do? Now, we then see Mel at home with her older sister, which I didn't know she had an older sister. But, her sister, what was her name? I forgot. Is it Shonda? No, it ain't Shonda. It's something with an S, though. So, this is her older sister, and they did not grow up together, and the sister did not even know about that Mel existed until Mel was 19, okay? And then, so they don't have the best relationship, it's a little bit weird between them or whatever, and she tells Mel how, when we found out that you existed, like, when we found that out, I was in the midst of getting off drugs. I had been on drugs for like 6 or 7 years, and I just did not have the energy to deal with that. I did not have the energy to get to know a new sibling, and it was even shocking that you existed. That was a shock to our family, and so it was just hard or whatever. I was trying to stay clean and to survive, and so that's why we had this strange relationship and why it was hard for us to kind of, to bond then. But I do feel like it was, it was hurtful to know that the daddy cheated and had you. Let's say that or whatever. So Mel said, well, I felt that you did not want to get to know. I felt that for real, But now that I know the reason, I get it. I didn't know it then, but I know now. And then she brings up how once the sister was clean, and then the sister was trying to reach out to Mel was like, then I was going through things, whatever, and I didn't have the energy to deal with you or whatnot, So we could just be on better terms now. And this is like, well, I did feel some kind of way when you invited our brother to the shower for your baby and did not invite me. Like, I just felt like you made me feel excluded, and I felt like you didn't have room for me, and that did hurt me, which made me, I did not realize that. Like, I know now that I need to work on letting people in my life and my family who matter to me, I need to let them know that they're important. So she apologized to her and said, like, moving forward, I will always do better and everything or whatnot. And then we see Tisha on the phone with her friend. That girl April was divorced and single because she's upset about something Marcel said. So Marcel out of town, And when he's out of town, we have these long conversations about A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, or whatever. And in this conversation, he brought up how he felt alone. He brings up how, since she's been trying to rediscover herself and work on herself, that he just feels lonely and alone all the time, like she has forgot about him and the kids, that he has to do everything himself, and she has a lack of respect for him and all this shit, okay? And it's like, I don't want to sacrifice my kids and my husband just to build myself up. I don't want to sacrifice my family just, have my own this and that and whatnot. And then single divorce friend April, like, that's what I did. That's what happened with me. Like my husband, in my marriage, whatever, he was telling me what he needed, but I was so busy doing all these other things, doing me, I wasn't listening. And then, he brought up later on, like, I was telling you what I needed and you just wasn't listening. So you need to hear what Marcel was saying and then listen to the part that applied to you. And I'm like, bitch, what? Marcel just wants a Stepford wife. He doesn't want his wife to go do anything besides, be there for him when he wants food, sex, and the kids tended to. So him saying that don't have shit to do with what Tisha's doing. It's Marcel being Marcel. And then Tisha then say, I feel like when a man say he's lonely and by himself, that's when he go cheat. That's when that's when they usually start having an affair. And I don't want that. I'm like, girl, Marcel done bamboozled in the hood, winked, and led her down straight down the road to thinking that he's gonna cheat. I mean, he may have already cheated, but bull the shit, okay? And that's how the episode goes off. The next episode seems like it's gonna be real good and real juicy, so we shall see. Anyway, that is all. I'm finna go watch Power and P-Valley, so be sure to come back to watch my P-Valley reviews and my Power Ghost Book 2, whatever, Tariq and Tasha. I'm happy because make their bladders on there and make the man, so let's hope the show is good. Anyway, gotta go. Peace.